Hey everyone, welcome back to She Tried It. If you're new here, I love sharing tips, tutorials, and inspiration for all things knitting and crochet. Today I want to talk to you about something really important before diving into any new project, and that is asking yourself the right questions. I've got 7 questions that I always ask before starting my next knit or crochet project, and I think they'll help you too. So let's get started. Question number 1, is this a useful project? It's important to think about the end use of what you're making. Will it be something you or someone else will actually use and enjoy? As we all know, a cardigan is always useful in my book. If you've ever seen my video on This Is Why Cardigans Are Awesome, you know that I think cardigans are one of the most versatile things you can crochet or knit. But even though I tend to go for wearables, when it comes to a new project, a decorative piece might be just as valuable if it brings me joy. Only you can decide if a project is useful or not. Question number 2, is this a project I'm mentally prepared to complete? Some projects can be very time-consuming or require a lot of patience, especially if they have intricate patterns. It's important to be realistic about your current mental state and energy levels. If you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe a simpler project is better for now. Consider how long the project will take you to complete. Do you have time to dedicate to it right now? It's better to know upfront rather than feel rushed or pressured later. Your enjoyment is key. If the process seems tedious or not enjoyable, maybe it's not the right project for you at this time. Choose something that excites and inspires you. I've been working on a crochet blanket for about 6 months now, and I don't regret starting it at all. I went into that project knowing that I was going to keep going until I reached the desired size. And I should be done this fall, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. It's literally a crochet blanket that could fool even the most expert crafter into believing it's knit. Question number 3, is this a designer I would like to support? Supporting designers who create amazing patterns is a great way to contribute to the crafting community. If you admire a designer's work and want to support them, that's a big plus for choosing their pattern. There are tons of designers I really admire and still haven't gotten around to making their pattern. I try to go for kind, unique, and low drama designers, especially since I'm promoting them here on my YouTube channel. Take time to find the designer that you click with. It could be anything such as color palette, political views, or fashion sense. There's a designer for everyone. Another crucial question is, does this pattern match my skill level? It's important to challenge yourself, but not to the point of frustration. Make sure the project is something you can handle or that you're willing to learn the new skills required. I'm pretty good about this when it comes to crochet. Typically, even with the most advanced crochet patterns, I'm able to find the tutorials I need to make it through. However, I'm always getting this wrong when it comes to knit. Believe it or not, but some of the most beginner knit patterns can be too hard for me. So for any knit pattern you see on this channel, you can rest assured that it's very beginner friendly. Question number 5, does this pattern go with the yarn? Not all yarns are suitable for every project. Consider the weight, texture, and fiber content of the yarn. Does this complement the pattern well? Will it hold up over time? Think about the care instructions for your finished piece. Will it require special washing or storage? Make sure you're prepared to take care of your handmade items so it lasts a long time. I know I'm not likely to hand wash and line dry my pieces often, so if that's a requirement for the yarn that I'm using, I might change my mind on that. One of my biggest mistakes so far as yarn choice was making a summer tank top out of acrylic yarn. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Just don't do that. I'm honestly starting to think that cotton yarn gets pigeonholed into being a summer yarn, but I think it could hold up for any season. I was thinking of making a crochet scarf once the weather gets cool, so leave me a comment below if you think that's something you'd want to see. And if you know me, it won't be a basic scarf. It's gonna have some flair to it and maybe even some color. Question number 6, do I have the right tools for this project? Check your supplies before you start. Make sure you have the right needles or hooks, stitch markers, and other necessary tools. Nothing is more frustrating than getting halfway through a project and realizing you're missing something crucial. Seeing the tools needed for a project should be easily accessible information. If it's not, don't hesitate to reach out to the designer for more details. And don't forget to check your own stash. Sometimes we have more tools than we think. Question number 7, what's my budget for this project? Knitting and crocheting can be as budget-friendly or as extravagant as you make them. Consider the cost of the yarn, patterns, and any additional tools. Make sure it fits within your budget. Huge shout out to Lion Brand for gifting me most of the yarn that I use in this channel. But there are other yarns I really enjoy using that aren't made by Lion Brand. And when that happens, I always try to make sure that yarn craft is in my budget. Remember, crafting should be enjoyable and not a financial burden, so plan accordingly. And there you have it, 7 questions to ask yourself before starting any knit or crochet project. I hope you found these questions as helpful as I do. They really help me ensure that every project I start is something that I'll actually love. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions you ask yourself before starting a project, definitely leave those in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!